Today is the 12th of June and today will be my very first Rusa hunt for 2024. I hunted some 16 days in this area last year, 2023. Learned a lot through my lack of being able to get close to a Rusa deer. They are definitely a challenge, and a challenge I'm willing to accept. And I am going to do my absolute best to spend as much time as I can in this area for the 2024 season. So June, July, August and into September. Of course, the ultimate goal is to shoot a Rusa stag bigger than the one Howard shot, but the one Howard shot is a very good representation of a Rusa stag. It's going to be a hard one to beat. And to be fair, right now, I just love to film a Rusa deer that hasn't seen me and doesn't know I'm there, and just feel like the next step in the saga has been accomplished, because so far the only deer I've been able to film, Rusa deer that I've been able to film, is the arse end of Howard's one when he shot it. So yeah, just again, happy to be in the trees, ready, willing and able to learn what I need to learn, and hoping to get in bow range of a Rusa deer. And I'm going to do my very best to document, by way of filming things with my phone, this year's Rusa hunting and string it all together. But in my mind, to make a good hunting video, I want to have the target animals filmed and in the video. So this video could be very, very fast paced. How do I explain it? If there's no deer footage in the video, I get bored of making it, if I'm honest. So it's got to have deer footage. And if it doesn't have deer footage, then days are just going to click by very, very quickly. And hopefully I'm not 10 days or 20 days in before I've got some Rusa deer footage for you. They are ninjas, man. Just seen my first Rusa. Heard a bit of noise, snuck through, and then just seen it bounce up through there. But I seen one, and that is about as good as my Rusa hunting gets at this stage of the game. And the wind's coming perfect. Hey, Mr. Possum, do you know where the deers are? I still can't find them, man. Day number 2, back in Rusa country, and pretty excited to be here after the last time I was here. I seen a Rusa and spooked a number of other deer, and I had deer moving around underneath me after I'd been sitting down for half an hour in what I thought was a good spot, and they didn't know I was there. So closer every trip. So yeah, got today staying in the hut tonight, and I've got tomorrow chasing Rusa. Tomorrow is supposed to rain, so I'm pretty excited in the notion that if it's raining, then I got noise cover and the deer can't hear me coming. And again, this place is always so calm, and staying quiet is the battle at the moment. But I'm going to do my best to do just that today. Again, calm conditions, so it's going to be quiet as today, and I'm just going to do my best to sneak around and loiter whenever I feel that I'm in a good spot. Just hang around basically and hope a deer walks into me. smells like deer. And that looks real fresh. I can sum day number 2 of Rusa hunting up by saying I think I spooked one. Tomorrow is another day. Well, my rainy day has turned out to be just a drizzly day, which is about as good as it gets for bush stalking. So I'm in the bush and going to use this rain and a little bit of cover to hopefully see a Rusa deer. Man, these things are absolute ninjas. I just seen a deer's head. Did I tell you buck salami is real good? At the end of day number 3 in Rusa country, I can say that I spooked 2 deer and I seen a Rusa deer. Well, I seen a Rusa deer's head and half of its neck for like 20 seconds. I'm guessing that deer heard me moving around. I was moving incredibly slowly and standing still for minutes at a time, but yeah, I'm guessing that it heard some movement and it came my way and poked its head over the ridge to kind of see what was making the noise. And yeah, after looking down where I was for like 20 seconds, it either didn't like what it seen or more than likely didn't like what it didn't see and went back the way it came. But spooking deer and seeing Rusa deer at this stage of the game is a huge success, so I'll take it. But today, day number 4, headed back into the area where I spooked those 2 deer when I was here last time. I've spooked deer in that same little ferny gut multiple times, and when I was here, the last time I was here, I seen a scrape in there. Now, if I cross over everything I know about fallow deer and scrapes and everything else and cross it over to Rusa, that stag is making a scrape there for a reason. I'm guessing it's a high traffic point. Hinds are passing through there, or they're bedding in that area, or they're just generally in that area a lot. And that's why he's put a scrape there. So that is definitely something for me to key in on. And I'm guessing with all the hunting pressure here, this little ferny gut that I've found could just be a little bit out of the way. I'm guessing maybe hunters are walking past it a little bit because, yeah, it's such a good area. And I'm always spooking deer in there, like I said. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit overlooked is what I'm getting at. Headed in there. Plan is just to loiter around in there for as long as I can stay warm and my patience will hold. And after that, I'm headed to a spot that me and Howard named Deep Awesome, which is a little bit deeper in the bush, and it's an awesome area that we've seen deer in and spooked deer in multiple times. Staying here tonight and hunting again tomorrow. So bring it on. Rusa country. At this stage of the game, like I keep saying, I just love to film one. But sooner or later, one's going to make a mistake, and I hopefully won't, and an arrow's going to get set loose with deadly purpose. I just seen a stag. Not a big one, or not an old one. It only had like 2 sticks on its head, but not spikes, they were sticks. Just seen him rubbing his antlers on something way up in there. GPS says 30 metres, but 30 metres true ballistic range. So I couldn't hear him rubbing his antlers on whatever he was rubbing his antlers on. And I couldn't hear him moving around at all. And it's death quiet. Guess which way I'm going. Day 5 has begun, and so is the rain. It's forecast to be overcast, drizzly for the day, which is the best stalking conditions that I can possibly think of, but it does get a little bit uncomfortable. But if I get wet and uncomfortable, I got a warm hut to go back to, so it is all good. Staying super close to the hut today. Got some intel from the landowner that allows access in here, that this fence line down here has got more deer sign on it than anyone's ever seen before. So staying close to that fence line, sidling through some country, hoping this rain covers a bit of noise and I can get in bow range. Bring on a Rusa deer. I just spooked one that was sitting right there and just busted off that way, so at least I seen one, but I pretty much pulled the pin up here. I'm wet through and it's only like 11 o'clock and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. And as much as this is ideal conditions to be hunting in, it isn't much fun, and at the end of the day that's why I go hunting. So yeah, on my way back to the hut. Day 5 pretty much done, but I seen a deer, and I seen one yesterday, and I think today being day 5, I've seen Rusa deer 4 out of 5 days so far, so I'm doing way better than last year. Day number 6 in Rusa country for the year, and I got a frost today, and this will be the first day that I've hunted this year with a frost. So I'm going to change tactics a little bit and go higher and chase the sun, because I believe that's what the Rusas will be doing, chasing the sun. Little crackheads for the sun they are. So yeah, going high, see what I can find. Does a Rusa stag do that with his antlers? It's about chest height on the tree if I stand on the highest point. And it's a big traffic point here. There's a main trail going underneath here. I can see footmarks down there. There's another trail dropping off down into here and through there. I'm on a trail, and then there's another one slightly higher that goes up here. And just up there's a massive saddle. So could that be the whole preaching tree kind of thing? Or is there something else in the bush that does that and I just need to learn? It's pretty impressive. Hello, Mr. Possum. Can you tell me where all the deers are? I can't find them. I've been hunting all day and I've just spooked one. That's it. Stink, man. Yesterday was the first day this year that I've hunted where there was frost, and I thought I'm going to go high, get into some real sunny spots and hope that the deer are there. On the way up to those sunny spots, I spooked the deer out of a thick ferny gut where it was super cold. Got up high, there was very little sign, and then on my way down, once I got back down into the front country, into the low areas, I started seeing sign again. So today, day number 7, I'm going to stay low and just hunt this front country. Animals are coming down to the private paddocks and eating the grass and then going back up the hill, and honestly I don't think they're going too far. And yes, they are crackheads for the sun, but there are sun in a number of little nooks and crannies down low as well. Yes, the high country is the warmest and all the rest of it, and there's deer up there, don't get me wrong, but I just don't feel like I've got to go that far. And when I put in a big day and go high, I'm definitely not as effective when it comes stalking time. It's a real slow, patient game to get in bow range of an animal in the bush that doesn't know you're there. And by the time you walk up the hill, beat yourself up for an hour or two, then try and stalk, and then beat yourself up coming down, you're just not, well, I'm not as effective as if I'm just hunting straight away and at it all day. And to be fair, the best thing I can do is just stand around in the bush and hope a deer does something stupid like walk past me. That's how I'm going to get one of these things. So that is today. Bring it on. Today is day number 8 in Rusa country, and I wanted to be tree hunting a number of spots by now, but I'm still yet to find a number of spots that I want to tree hunt. I've got one spot that I really want to tree hunt, But rain's on the forecast today, and I'm not a fan of tree hunting in the rain, so I'm on the feet for the day. Last time I was here, I spooked a couple animals up this side, so I'm just headed straight back into that area. I had a spiker at 23, 25 meters for about 5 odd minutes. He'd heard me crashing around, and then I was standing still, came into an area standing still, and then the spiker appeared. He'd obviously heard me and come for a look, and he was there for quite some time, and I very nearly got to full draw, and again he was in bow range. So I just headed back into that area and hoping for something similar to happen. As always with the Rusa hunting, everything and anything that gives me a shot's going to get shot at. Bring it on. Antler damage there, and a big old scrape here. It's old. It's a month ago or something, but the stag's been here. That's something. I just got a shot at a Rusa deer. And I'm pretty sure it was good. Only I didn't hear a crash. I think I'm just going to stand here quietly for a bit. The shot was quartering too hard, but it was so close. 11 meters. And she was quartering too hard, and I'm pretty sure I hit her front shoulder, but buried the arrow. And if I hit her front shoulder on a hard quartering shot, the vitals are right behind it. Holy shit, I'm shaking. Oh, there's another one. It's been about half an hour. I had a look at the video of the shot and put it into my editing app. And I can't tell a lot other than to know that my broadhead got through her shoulder, if that's what it hit. I'm pretty sure that's what it hit. And it's got through her shoulder with enough arrow to get to the vitals. So that's a good thing. I can't see anything that's like making me nervous. I think the shot was good. So I'm about to head over to where the deer was standing. It was a frontal shot. Didn't get a broadhead exit. And I went through the shoulder, so I'm not expecting too much blood. But as always, if there's blood where the deer was standing when it gets shot, that is a good thing. And other than that, I'm just going to take this one real slow, because again, I didn't hear her crash, which isn't the end of the world. She went over this little ridge that I come into, this little gut that I come into. And on the other side of the ridge, pretty sure I couldn't hear her anyway. But yeah, I got an arrow loose at a Rusa deer. Man, and talk about shake. I just dropped down into this little gut. Heard the tiniest little bit of noise up the hill from me. Then seen a little bit of movement. I was like, oh, it's a blackbird. But I was just standing here, listening, doing nothing. And then crunch, 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 crunch. That animal again must have heard me and came down the ridge looking for me. the second it came around behind this panga here, it spotted, picked me out, but I was already at full draw and I didn't need to move to do anything. I didn't snap the shot. I made a good shot. I believe I made a good shot. So yeah, hopefully it is all good. And Nato just bagged his first big Rusa hind with his bow. Confidence is growing. She was still running full tilt here, and the blood trail's getting bigger and thicker and more blood. So yeah, there's blood splattered all over this tree just here. Pretty sure I got her. Yes! Frickin' yes! That was, I think I did 14 days last year, and today is day number 8. 22 days, new area, but 22 days gone into one deer. And I shouldn't be counting my chickens just yet either. I haven't got a dead deer in front of me. The blood trail went from no blood where it was standing, no blood for the first 5-10 meters, then got a little bit of blood, and then now a blind man could follow it. And I'm really taking my time with this one. Just enjoying it. It's supposed to rain later today, and I don't want it to start raining while I'm on the trail, but I'm just enjoying this. This is very cool. A lot of time has gone into making today happen. And thick. I friggin' did it. A Rusa deer with a bow and arrow in the bush. So much time and effort's gone into that thing. Wow. I got one. I was starting to think these things were going to be impossible to get in the bush with a bow and arrow in a stalking scenario, and I was going to need to do some solid tree hunting, but I did it. I got one on the ground with my bow. She pretty much just walked straight into me, and I just happened to be standing still at the right time and making no noise, and I think I got a little bit lucky with the shot. I mean, it was a frontal shot, and I'm happy to take those shots. I got 600 grain arrows and fixed blade broadheads and all the rest of it, but they're not shots that I want to take, and I've got a little rule with myself that it's 10 meters or less to take that shot. But yeah, she went a fair way, and I've ended up on the other side of the hill somehow, but the blood trail wasn't hard to follow. It did dry up, slow down for a little bit at one point, but yeah, anyway, job done. Epic hunt. Yeehaw! That right there is what you call a victory muffin. And that is a bag chock-a-block full of Rusa hind. One shoulder was completely destroyed, so I've got 2 back legs, 2 back steaks, and 1 shoulder, and all the bones in, and I somehow managed to get it in to my pack, which I'm pretty happy about, because then I don't have to come back in. I can just go back to camp, and the rest of the day is mine. So yeah, gonna eat this muffin. Shot was actually pretty good. Went through the shoulder, front shoulder obviously, into the rib cage. There was a hole inside the rib cage when I gutted it to have a look. Went through one lung, but then went right through and through the diaphragm wall and punched into the guts. And yeah, so I left one shoulder behind, and the eye fillets, but everything else is good to go. It wasn't my best butchering job, but I'll take it.